It is time once again for the Switch Sports Golf Challenge Series. We're on day 18 of playing 18 holes of Switch Sports Golf and trying to make 9 eagles. And you know what? Why not today? Why shouldn't today be the day that we pick up 9 eagles? So half the holes. It's going to be really difficult. It's been really difficult. I've only made 8 once. I always start in the sports selection lobby so that I get completely random conditions.
Nice shot.
And we'll see some sideways wind. Some backwards and sideways wind on hole 1. Or not quite backwards, pretty much just pure crosswind. By the time we get up here, it may be a little bit backwards. That's a new word. Usually I say in the face. But let's aim this one. I'm going to say to about there. I feel like that's about right. This tough back pin is not the easiest. I'm going to use the 9-iron. Hit it with a good amount of power. We'll give that a shot.
Nice shot.
Oh, come on. Be the one that looks to be on a good line. If it just gets there. Wow.
Nice approach.
Through some maximum crosswind, I put that dead on. Just a half foot short. Not even a half foot. I mean, it says it's a half foot. I think it's 0.5 feet from the pin. I don't know. That was right on the edge. So, a tap-in of all tap-in birdies on hole 1. Oh, that was a tough shot. Kind of surprised I put it that close. But, you know, not a make. We'll move on to hole 2. Okay, what do we have here? Let's aim this one to about there, I'd say. I think that's about good. Okay. 5-iron's going to be the play. Little over 3 dots of power. Let's give that a shot. Okay, that one felt really good. Is that going to take a good bounce? It looks like it will. Can it roll back nicely, curve, and fall? Wow! Another one, 0.3 feet right on the edge. So I am right on these, and they're just not quite falling. So another incredibly close call. So my combined misses are yet to add up to a foot. But I have no eagles through 2. We'll move on to hole 3, see if we can pick one up. Wow, that would have been real nice to pick up those 2. We'll see some helping wind. This shouldn't be a bad day to try to pick up an eagle here.
Nice.
We can use the little fade strat. With 6 miles an hour, I think we can do it. 4 miles an hour I tested out. Didn't work super well. 6 miles an hour might end up being the threshold. If I hit, you know, the nice perfect shot through that tree gap, it'll have to be the perfect fade. But maybe, just maybe, it'll work. Maybe we can reach the green, or at least give it a chance from pretty close. I don't know if I like that one too much. That seems a little bit better. Okay, that's actually pretty perfect, I think. If that clips the fairway like we want it to, it will. Will it launch and roll and almost hole out? About a half foot to the right from the albatross, but we'll have a little 15-footer eagle putt. So always nice to have an eagle putt. We had a very similar one yesterday, just from a little bit further away. So this is actually slightly easier even. We'll just roll it down that hill, hit it dead center, and sink a nice eagle putt on hole 3 after some super close calls on holes 1 and 2. This could have been a fantastic round if those fell for me, but they just didn't. So we'll have to move on to hole 4. I guess I'm feeling pretty locked today. I've been right on a couple of these. I want to land this just short of the pin. Pretty much in line with the pin in terms of sideways adjustment, and it should kick a little right. And then hopefully have it roll, or bounce to the right of the pin, roll back left down that hill. That's going to be the goal. Let's see if we can do it with the 3-iron. I think that should be a pretty good adjustment. Let me double check there. So we're about 4 squares to the left. Maybe I'll make it 5. 5 feels like a better number. This is way downhill. So right about there, I feel like should be a pretty good shot. Make sure we get it there with the power. Let's give that a shot. Okay, that's exactly what I wanted to do. That looks to be on a great line. Oh, come back nicely. Bite and roll back. Oh, we'll just miss again. Is that going to be within a foot?
Nice
Wow, 1.1 feet. So all of our misses have been within a foot. I'm right on some of these. Just haven't been getting them to fall. We'll have to see if we can pick one up on hole 5. Hole 5 oftentimes is more of an opportunity. I'm playing well, though. I'm playing well. These near misses I cannot let get to my head, because if you let near misses get to your head, it means that you're going to be trying things that you necessarily shouldn't when you're playing pretty well. So, you know, it's just 1 degree off. Some of those are going to have to start falling. If I can keep playing like that, I'm hoping that my luck will turn around at some point soon. We'll have some nicer winds here. I don't know if we can necessarily reach the green, because this will turn more into crosswind on this second shot. But I'm just gonna, you know, keep playing my game, try to put it close. I think we'll be a little bit short of the green, but I'll give it a shot. Give it a shot at making it there. If it makes it to that front left part and we can putt, that would be super nice. However, this would not be the worst of chips from here either. So I'm thinking I'll have to adjust this slightly right. Very slightly right. Maybe to about there. I'll use the bump and run, so we'll take the 9-iron, hit it to just a little over a dot of power, I think, and we'll give that a shot. Okay, are we going to get that one? Wow, we'll lip out a real close one. So that is 3 extremely close calls, 1 nice other shot, and I guess 1 eagle as well. But 4 close calls, 4 birdies. We'll have to see if we can pick one up on 6. You know, I'm playing well. Just have to remember that I'm playing well and just keep it rolling. What are we going to do here? So I'm thinking with this one, it's going to be a weird play, but with a little bit of wind in that direction, I may try to just hit like a tiny little draw. Like, it's not the best play. Whoa, that's not what you want to do. I'm not sure if it's the best play or the safest play. But if I can just hit a little bit of a draw. Okay, let's replicate that. And see if we can sneak it around that tree. Is it going to hit it? It will, but that's fine. That's actually going to be a pretty nice spot to leave it. So if it clips the tree, it clips the tree. It's kind of like using the tree strat. But we'll be on the fairway, and we can hit kind of a full shot into this one. Up and over that tree should not be an issue. Try to land it just left of the pin. That's going to be the goal. Hopefully it kicks right a little bit. And maybe we can, you know, sneak it in. See if we can get lucky on a little double bounce, maybe. A 1 bounce dunk. Like a little bit of backspin just past the hole. Something like that. Let's try it out. I think I like that adjustment. It's going to move probably about 2 squares to the right in the air with this downhill. So that's going to put it to about a square left. Let's try it.
Nice shot.
Okay, that's what I wanted to do. Oh, that's going to be way too much distance. That's surprising. I aimed that. My aim point, if I recall correctly, was pretty significantly short of the green, but I guess it does fly pretty far. It lands about pin high, and when it does that, it doesn't really have a chance to come back. So, you know, not my best run on not the hardest conditions on hole 6, but, you know, it's one of the harder holes, one of the harder pins to try to hit. So we'll move on to hole 7 with 1 eagle on the scorecard, and we'll see if we can get some nice winds. We see no wind, so that's extremely favorable. Maybe we can pick one up here, if I play this right. So I'll just hit that to the end of that notch in the fairway. That should be a pretty good leave right there. We'll have a tree gap to hit the spoon through. And hopefully it hits the nice short of the fringe rough area. So if I use the spoon and adjust it about a square to the left and hit it with the proper power, so probably about to there should be pretty good. Let's give it a run. Okay, that looks promising. That's the right spot to hit. Can we get that to roll right and roll out? My goodness. These half a foot or less to the hole shots today are abundant. Another one right on the edge. Wow.
Nice birdie.
What can you do? I mean, I'm hitting good shots. I'm putting it literally on top of the cup, but it just doesn't want to fall. All right, let's move on to hole 8. See how many of those we can rack up before it really starts to get to me. But we're just going to keep on playing. All you can do is keep on playing. I tried to bounce this one up with a similar wind direction yesterday, and it really didn't work very well. So, I don't know, though, because the backspin is just not a very good idea with that back pin and a lot of wind pushing it. This is just a tough condition. This is just a tough one. Let's hit it to about there. The wind's going to push it right a good amount. Have to keep that in mind. But hopefully not a ton. Let's see if we can get lucky. Is that going to get a nice bounce? I think it's just going to go on the back of the green. Yeah, it's going to kick right, but it's just not going to be super exact. I mean, the second bounce was within like 3 feet of the hole. That's probably about the best I could do with that wind. You know, just give it a chance on a lucky bounce. But now we'll just have to put it up that little hill. Oh, not my best run at that putt. But, you know, I had to play it really aggressively, and I left myself in a bad spot because of that. So that's not an easy putt, not a good spot to leave it typically. And that's the nature of this thing. Sometimes, you know, I'll have to make pars because I went for the hole-in-one, or went for the eagle, or whatever the situation is on the hole. We'll tap it in for the par. So 1 eagle so far, 2 shots to 0.3 feet, 1 shot to 0.5 feet, 1 lip out. Are we going to see some helping winds here? Not quite. I mean, not the easiest, not the hardest. Kind of just, you know, middle of the road, hole 9 conditions, which you can't be too mad about. Sometimes this hole can be super difficult. That's why it's in the final stretch of the front 9. Can we actually give this a shot at getting there in 2? I mean, I can at least put it super far down there. You know what? Let's go for that little strategy of hitting the full driver and ending up in the rough right of the green. We haven't really tried this. I know it's a thing that people do with a good amount of success. Now, maybe this is not the best pin for it, but it's a closer shot. I mean, 56 yards is more of a chip, more of a pitch than like a standard fairway shot, and we have some nicer wind direction when we do that. Now, it's not going to be the easiest because we're hitting over the top of a mound, but this wasn't going to be easy anyway. This is just not a super nice pin spot, but we see it every day. Let's just try to give this a run, see if we can put it close, try to sneak a hole out. Let's try that. Okay, that looked really good. Can we get it to sink? We can. A weird run. Not an angle that I go at 9, or not an angle that I hit at that hole 9 pin very often. But I tried it out today. It kind of, you know, 1 bounces off the other side of that mound. Not the easiest approach. I actually couldn't even see the pin from where I was hitting from. But we get it to sink. So, you know, finally, I'm feeling pretty locked in today. I finally make one after a whole bunch of near misses. And we'll see if we can lock right back in on the back 9. And,
Nice shot.
try to pick up 7 more. So I could have had, you know, 5 or 6 on the front. 3 that were right on the edge, 1 that lipped out. That could have been a 6 eagle front 9, and that would have been pretty incredible. But it is not the case. We're just going to have to put that behind us. Move on. Let's see here. This is not going to move a ton because it's uphill. So I'm going to say that that's about right for adjustment. Let's try it out.
Nice shot.
Oh, just not the best shot. It's going to move a little more than I thought. I think I had a similar type of miss yesterday, where you feel like the uphill aspect of it isn't going to push it to the right as much. It's some tougher crosswind. I mean, not the easiest shot to make, we'll be within a couple feet, and it's a nice tap-in birdie. So the distance was good, just the adjustment was slightly off. I think, if I remember, similar to either yesterday or the day before. So no eagle on 10. We'll now need to pick up 7 in the last 8 holes. And we'll see... No wind, okay, on hole 11. So this seed has actually been very nice. This has been a pretty solid, opportunity today. I've been talking about needing the opportunity. We kind of have one, and I just haven't quite been able to sink the shots. Alright, that feels pretty good for power. I think that's the proper looking shot. Should land just left of the pin. That's a pretty good spot to land it. Hopefully it zips back down that hill, and we get it to fall. Alright, we'll make the hole-in-one with no wind on hole 11. That feels pretty good. Eagle number 3 on the scorecard. And we'll have to try to take advantage of some of the easier par 5s. Hopefully 12 and 14 and 18 have some nice conditions. Maybe 16 will help us. Got to pick up, 13 or 15. You know what? There's a route. The round is alive. But it would have been nice to pick up some of those earlier eagles, wouldn't have been.
Nice shot.
All right. Let's just send that one out there. No need to take any power off of 4 miles an hour. This one actually feels like kind of an opportunity to put one pretty close. So we'll adjust this. I'm going to say to about there. That feels pretty decent. Okay, I like that. Let's hit it with just over 3 dots of power. That feels like a pretty good shot. If it moves left a little more, I don't think it will. Oh, don't catch the fringe. Okay, whew. We're just short of the fringe. We'll end up with a fine putt. If I hit the fringe, we probably would have ended up over the back of the green. So even though I took some off of that, I still hit it just a little bit too far. I guess that wind pushed it a little bit more forward than I thought it would. So we'll have a little side hiller. Not too bad, though, for eagle here. Just got to hit it with the proper power. Put it up and over that mound. And that should fall nicely for the eagle on hole 12. So a pretty straightforward one, not the hardest winds to deal with. I misplay it slightly, but we'll still pick up eagle number 4 on hole 12. Let's see what hole 13 has in store for us. Okay, are we going to see no wind? Wow, what an opportunity this seed has been. I've been talking about needing the opportunity, and here we have it. If I can sink this one, we're right back on track. It's a very precise one to try to make. Got to get the power right. That felt pretty good. Okay, I think that's the shot. If it gets the proper landing spot, that looks really good. Can it zip back down? Move left a little more and fall. We'll get another 0 wind hole-in-one. So I take advantage of the conditions that I've been saying for nearly 3 weeks now that I said I need. And we'll pick up the nice hole-in-one on 11 and 13. We now have 5 eagles on the scorecard and 5 holes to play. So we need 4 more. But there's a route. There's a route at it. 0 wind on hole 14. Wow. What a seed this has been. And I was so close to making it absolutely excellent. Okay. Let's hit this one with the proper power.
Nice shot.
Right about there should be pretty good. That should make it right through that tree gap nicely underneath that second row of trees leaves. And we'll be nicely in the fairway. Whew, we can aim straight at this one. We can aim straight at this pin. I'm going to club up to the 3-iron. Hit it with about that much power. A little bit more. That much power should be pretty good.
Nice
Okay,
shot.
that's the right shot. Hopefully that gets a nice bounce. Oh, and it just lips out for the albatross. That was such a good run at it with no wind. We'll have a little side hill 6-footer. So not the easiest of putts, one that's going to be a little scary to try to make. But we'll tap it in for the eagle. Number 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 eagles. Let's see if we can pick one up on 15 and give ourselves a real chance with this round. Are we going to see... Okay. I thought that was no wind again. That would have been absolutely... I don't even know what to say. That would have been an absolute gift. We'll see some wind, though. Just a little bit of wind. I'm going to hit this in the spot where I can make this a like a pure downwind shot. So in that front little notch of the fairway, we'll put it right at the end. That's a great spot to leave it. And we'll see if we can, you know, get a lucky trickle back and in. So I'm going to want to aim this about there, I want to say. And it should kick just a little right when it lands. The wind's going to push it very slightly left, but not even worth, you know, adjusting all that much for. It's going to be that little. But I think I like that spot to aim at. We'll aim it about a little less than pin high, I think, because the wind's going to push it a little bit. So that feels like a good shot. We'll give it a run. Oh, I think I left that a little short, but we may get a nice big bounce off the fairway. Oh, it just won't trickle back. So that's actually kind of what I was going for. I was just hoping to bounce it a little further down. But it just doesn't trickle back sometimes with that tailwind. So we'll just miss it. We'll have a little tap in. A birdie on 15. And now we'll need to make eagles from here on out. Let's see if we can continue this nice wind run. We're going to see some fine wind. That's going to be absolutely fine. For hole 16 here. We can put it over the shortcut.
Nice shot.
That should be about right. It should, you know, kind of curve around. We'll end up short. It wasn't quite the best wind to put it super, super close. But, I mean, we'll have a chip. That's really all you can ask for a lot of the time with hole 16. If we can pick up eagle 7 here, I mean, we need to. That would feel pretty excellent. So let's aim this about 2 dots of power. Should be pretty good. Try to get this one to fall. Okay, that felt pretty excellent. Can it come back and fall? Wow, it'll just burn the edge. Oh, a super close call at hole 16, and that will do it for the opportunity at today's challenge. But I mean, oh, it would have been nice to pick up some of those earlier ones. We could have already been there.
Nice birdie.
We'll pick up the birdie there. Not a bad round by any means. 21 under through 16 is one of my more solid paces. We'll see if 17 is going to have some nice conditions, and yeah, we're going to have no wind. So this has been the seed of all seeds, and I just kind of missed the opportunity. I've been saying so much, just needed to get the right seed and take advantage of it, and I nearly did. I mean, I played super well, just 1 degree of precision off. I'm actually not exactly sure what the zero wind play is on this hole. I'm just going to give that one a run and see. Oh, so that's my first ever ace on hole 17. With no wind. I guess that's the play. Wow, what a round. Eagle number 7, I guess. I got my ace on 17 out of the way. That hole has been my my white whale for such a long time. And I'll pick it up after just missing. Wow, if I had picked up 16 there, that would have been otherworldly.
Nice
We'll
shot.
have to try to go for eagle number 8 on a more doable hole 18. If only I could get this round back. If I could get these conditions every day and try again to hole 1 more of them. I just needed to hole 1 more of them. That was so close. What an absolutely incredibly tantalizingly close day this was. Should we use the 5-iron here? I'm going to use the 5-iron here.
Nice shot.
Maybe a little bit short, but that's actually probably going to, yeah, bite and, you know, stop there.
Nice on.
That's fine. That's a makeable putt. Not an easy one, but at least I didn't launch off the green. Okay, so that's going to move down to the right at the start. It's going to move down to the right at the end. I think I like that adjustment. Yep, there's eagle number 8.
Great eagle.
Oh, if I could have just picked up one more of those. If one of those that was right on the edge sunk, today could have been the day. 25 under par, 8 eagles on the scorecard, but not 9. 0.3 feet, 0.3 feet, 0.5 feet, 1.1 feet, and a lip out away. If one of those fell, we would have had 9 eagles. What a day, but we'll have to try again tomorrow.